Hai sob guys, kembali lagi bersama Boy Air Gaming. Dan kali ini kita akan bermain Akinator dan saya mengganti wajahnya. Dan kali ini kita akan memikirkan film kartun yang sangat keren. Apakah itu? Itu adalah Godzilla. Godzilla kayaknya saya nggak tahu Godzilla itu cewek atau cowok. Enggak. Tidak. Iya dong. Tidak. Iya. Iya. Enggak. Kau kira? Enggak. Iya dong. Iya. Tidak. Iya. Kecil punya tangan. Iya, dia nggak berukuran kecil bang. Enggak. Iya. Pikirin Godzilla cuy. Enggak.
Mahada apa ini wahai Israel? Malaikat Israel kemudian menjawab, ya
Motra. Dia cemen. Mungkin. Enggak. Mungkin. Enggak. Pikirin Motra. Oke, ayo kita main. Kita pikirin. Mungkin. Enggak. Iya, dia punya kaki. Iya, dia punya paru. Iya, dia raksasa. Enggak. Kayaknya enggak. Iya, dia bisa terbang. Enggak. Iya. Iya, dengar. Iya. Durasinya banyak banget. Kalau kalian udah, kita nonton video dulu mau nggak?
Since being awoken by atomic bomb, in his first ever appearance, Godzilla has small arms, thick legs, and dorsal plates down his spine. His pupils are tiny, and he has fangs and pointy ears. After attacking Japan, he gets disintegrated to bone. A new Godzilla, appears in Godzilla Raids Again. This monster is thinner, with longer arms, a smaller head, and larger pupils. When in close-ups, his teeth appear to be jutting out. Sadly, he's buried in ice. But in King Kong vs. Godzilla, he busts free. He's now in color, is more plump, toeless, and has a lizard-like head with yellow eyes, no ears, and no fangs. He faces off against a giant ape, tumbling into the ocean, only to be washed ashore in Mothra vs. Godzilla. Now he's slimmer, has a wider head, white eyes, and smooth, shiny brows. As his rampage continues, he gets covered in silk and again drops into the sea. But in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, he's back, now with a slimmer face and longer tongue. From this film on in the original series, Godzilla now defends humanity from more evil monsters. In Invasion of Astro Monster, Godzilla is thinner, his dorsal plates have more definition, his claws are dull, and his head is rounder. He shows off his new dance moves before briefly being put under alien mind control. Ibara, Horror of the Deep, gives Godzilla less angry brows. He battles against a big lobster and narrowly escapes an exploding island. In the sequel, Godzilla's neck is elongated. He's pudgier, and his dorsal fins are flimsy looking. His nose is also stubbier, and his eyes are bugged out. Oh, and he's now raising a hideous son. In Destroy All Monsters, he's slimmer, while his face appears more like it did in Astro Monster. He's put under alien mind control again, but once free of their control, he turns on them. For the next 3 sequels, his look remains consistent. In the first, he helps his son face off against a bully. However, this all takes place inside the dreams of a young boy, so moving on. Next, in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, he opposes a pollution monster, and when curled up like a shrimp, he can now fly backwards. In Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla has gained the ability to speak, while his suit, skin, starts ripping during his triumphant battle. He appears slimmer in Godzilla vs. Megalon, with a shorter neck, soft bright dorsal fins, and a round pig-nosed face. He boasts a long-distance dropkick, but this movie is mostly about a size-changing robot, so let's keep going. In the next 2 films, Godzilla has an angrier expression and more detailed muzzle. He uses a magnetic upgrade to protect an ancient god from Mechagodzilla, and in the sequel, faces him once more. But this timeline's Godzilla is sent to retirement, and 9 years later, a reboot Godzilla appears. This one's taller, has larger dorsal fins, a 4th toe, and his fangs and ears make a return. Although his reign is short-lived as he trips into a volcano, only to explode out in the sequel. He has a smaller head, a more muscular build, larger outer fins, and a cat-like face with a secondary row of teeth. He takes on a giant plant monster, who gets turned into glitter. In Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, his original form, the Godzillasaurus, is taken out of the 1940s and exposed to modern-day radiation, turning him into a taller, muscular, and angrier-looking Godzilla. He fights Mecha King Ghidorah, and then gets dumped into the ocean. In Godzilla vs. Mothra, he's thinner. His dorsal plates are rearranged, and his neck is more ribbed. His head is flatter, and he has golden eyes. He battles against Mothra and Batra, and once again is plunged into the ocean and locked in by Mothra's magical powers. But this time he's defeated when his butt brain is destroyed. Junior, who is taller and chubbier with a greener color scheme, and a large flying blue crystallized space Godzilla, who gets obliterated. And this turns into the new Godzilla, two dorsal spines, and a hanging dewlap. This Godzilla also has hundreds of tiny raptor-looking offspring. But this happy looking face, while he's nearly swallowed whole, is then sent into dorsal fins and the following reboot, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, re-adds the jagged design elements, and they again float into the bottom of the sea. Godzilla Final Wars features then he and his hideous son head back to the ocean. In Shin Godzilla, he's first shown as a light-colored and armless creature, but quickly evolves, growing dark, and he has a variety of muscular rounded Godzilla with a tree bark-like texture. 19,000 years later, Godzilla appears. This titan has jagged dorsal plates, wide elephant-like feet, and noticeable gills. He comes out of hiding to stop 2 hideous star-crossed lovers. In Godzilla, King of the Monsters, he's taller and beefier. His lower half looks less stubby. His tail tip is more blunt, and his dorsal fins are less sharp and brown. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing.